Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy Monday morning to join me, alright? So, it's not evening time, and your boy here not only doesn't have his contacts or, frames on, but this would be the first time that anyone has seen me publicly without any kind of, blockade with the, very large nose here. So I thought I'd show some good humor and good fun while also trying to talk about something very serious. So as you continue to sort of just pontificate, the inner workings of my mind as it concerns, just sort of like I wear the glasses, to kind of detract from the big nose, but it's cool because I'm super comfortable with myself and obviously a little insecure. So let's talk about something that makes me a little bit more confident in what I'm saying. And that has to do with journalism and, that fascist regime that is called the Trump administration. So here's the thing. 60 Minutes, right, for all intents and purposes. You guys know about 60 Minutes? I mean, I'm sure even the youngest of you that watch this show know exactly what 60 Minutes is, right? You probably even know the stupid little, stopwatch thing, that makes everything so much more eerie. Right before you find out that your neighbor has amassed a body count of 60 people, on one of those type of situations, right? It's sort of like 60 Minutes has always been that show to talk about things that are uncomfortable, to, try and produce content that is of truthful nature, not just provocative or just, sensational, but just also honest and accurate journalism. It's really important that that stuff is acknowledged, and moreover, it's important to acknowledge those kinds of things just before they turn into the kind of fascist things that this country is currently turning everything into. So Bill Owens was an executive producer for 60 Minutes, and he was let go or he resigned last week. And everyone should be throwing up, some red flags right now, because the only reason that happened is so that 60 Minutes, so CBS could merge with Paramount. And again, I mean, there's antitrust legislation in this country for a reason, and you're not supposed to do payola. Again, the free market is supposed to be free in that it's also free from manipulation and random fascists that want to continue to make your life a living hell, all while trying to simultaneously report on over to the world that things are just peachy. And that's not the truth. It's just not the truth. And what's more important is I feel like lately there's been an argument that's been presented, and that's people that, are whistleblowers or that try to talk about the truth. These very people are treasonous. That's like a bunch of horse. It's not treasonous. What is treasonous, and I'll tell you guys what is treasonous is withholding the truth, is not being transparent, is not letting constituents, people that fund this fascist regime, when we're not told what the entire truth is. Those things are treasonous. When people continue to use our Constitution and our executive, judicial, and legislative branches to make the world a terrible place, that's treasonous, okay? Speaking the truth and being transparent and being accountable and calling fascists out for who they are, that is not treasonous, okay? And in fact, again, it's the very people that are speaking out against these kinds of things that make them more American than anyone else could possibly imagine on the other side of the aisle, because that's not American. American is not fascism. It's just simply not. That's like saying that Israel is, only Judaism, right? It's not. It's just not an accurate reflection. It's just simply not. There are millions of lovely people that live in Israel that identify as Jewish people, and that doesn't mean that their government doesn't absolutely suck, right? So just kind of hand in hand, it's kind of like exactly how America is, right? There are millions, hundreds of millions of good people here in our country. I just, absolutely, without question, that's how I feel, right? I believe people are more good than they're bad, and the United States is a pretty awesome country, right? But our government sucks right now. And no one should be afraid to talk about how the government sucks right now, and about how clearly, if we want to talk about treason, then we can rewind things back to just January 6th of 2020, right? Like, seriously, I'm not having it, I'm not. It's unfortunate that even programs like 60 Minutes that have been around for just about as long as, I mean, God, they're going on 60 years. Again, like, that's something. That's real effort. That's work. That's a career. People have made lives out of reporting journalistic things of integrity, right? Like, things that we've all discussed at our dinner tables, things that have shaped the moral fabric of what we think is right and wrong. And, again, I'm not about it. Not about it. Scott Pelley is a great broadcaster, right? How many people are not going to watch CBS now? How many people, simply only care about their pocketbooks, right? And those are the very same people that collude to try and make sure that all while they avoid jail time, they get rich doing it. I guess it's like, if you're going to do one guilty thing, you may as well just do all types of guilty things, right? Because it doesn't really matter if no one's going to stop you or if no one's going to call you out on your behavior. So it's unfortunate that so many different kinds of negative things are going on right now. You guys hear that beeping? Is it maybe like something outside? I don't know. But regardless, I wanted to take a few minutes out of this morning to just really push that in. You feel me? Like, young people, like, the fascists are taking over the world. You feel me? And clearly boomers and Xers, are just kind of sitting back, just kind of, can you blame half of them? Sure. Can you blame the other half? Not really, right? Because you can't victimize people. You can't blame people that can't do anything to help you, even if they wanted to, right? And again, unfortunately, that is the case with a lot of older Americans who are stuck in a perpetual cycle of hell that doesn't allow them to speak out against anything, that doesn't allow them to, for God's sake, ask for a little bit more at the risk of losing absolutely everything. So again, like a bird to all the fascists out there who are like pushing this agenda. You feel me? Keep pushing it and see how far you can get, because this is America. This is not again, this is not a place that harbors fascism. This isn't a place. You feel me? I'm just saying that, like, if all places were not the place, historically speaking, between millennials, alphas, and Gen Z, now's not the time. But I suppose we'll all find out, right? Because again, if you guys are going to continue to just pass around money and act like everything's all good, you feel me, and like cut jobs and fire people and make mergers that are completely against the law and not follow Supreme Court judges and arrest judges. Again, what kind of a world are we living in? It doesn't seem like it's a very nice place right now. And it's certainly not, at least not for the people that want to talk about things that matter in a truthful and constructive kind of a way. You feel me? So again, like, 60 Minutes and the death of 60 Minutes sucks. And we should all be real concerned about how programs that have been around for so long are being literally attacked by a fascist regime of people that call themselves the Trump administration. And, that's not okay, all right? And again, saying it's not okay is not only not treasonous, but it's more American than any of you fools out there who are all about this fascist dude taking over all of the free media and trying to make it so that it fits his agenda. Like, that's like some Orwellian stuff, you feel me? And I'm not about it. Say North Korea, no picture of Donald Trump's going up on my wall. You can bet, you feel me? And why? Because I'm an American, and I do not, engage and participate or elicit or solicit any kinds of treasonous behavior when it comes to this country. So, that's all that I'm saying. I know the team that I'm on. I know where I stand, right? But do you? Do you, boomers? Do you people that say stupid things like standing up for the truth and being, having some kind of integrity? Yeah, that's treasonous. Okay. I literally think that that's what fascists do. They like try and do like this double speak type of stuff, and they make everything weird, like blue is green, green is red, yellow. I don't know. I'm not a fascist. So, it must be real confusing when you get like the truth mixed up with lies, and then you think that the lies are the truth, and then at some point you don't even know what's going on anymore. And yeah, I would call that insanity and psychopathy or things like that. But I'm just a random dude talking to himself, sitting on his bed in his room in Albuquerque, New Mexico, all while waiting for the National Guard to finish their training with Albuquerque Police Department, because APD is a lovely police department. I mean, haven't you heard? We've only been investigated by the Department of Justice off and on now for 15 years because of the systemic corruption, but we're going to pair them up with the people who are supposed to stand up for us against the federal government while our state sovereignty is ever in question. It's kind of ass backwards, right? Because all of what I'm saying, as I say it out loud, if it doesn't sound like it makes sense, it's because it doesn't. But it doesn't mean that it's not the truth. So again, yeah, that's what's going on. And it's unfortunate. It really is. It really is. And I guess until some dude in a beanie with a mask comes and takes me away for speaking the truth, and apparently, all while trying to make it so that, like, gaslight it, It's like, what's wrong with you, Albert? What are you doing speaking the truth? It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I know nothing more. You feel me? And that's a pretty healthy standard. So while you guys try and figure out the best way to avoid and evade, capture from your crime to be prosecuted, like, I'm just going to continue being me. You feel me? And talking about things that really matter and trying to, shed some light on the fact that, boomers and Xers, they're still after us, guys. It's never ending. You feel me? And it's about that time to, nobody watch CBS anymore. I mean, who does anyway? That's my other question is like, who does anyway? Who cares? Like, can you guys name one show that you've watched recently or that you're a fan of on CBS? Anybody? Any takers? How about Paramount? Anybody? Who cares, right? Who cares? I know that I don't, and I know that it's fair to say about 95% of all people under the age of 40 could care less, So again, like, it just sucks that while all this in-house fighting is going on and law breaking and stuff, people could be doing good things, and the continuation of honest journalism is something that was needed in this country, but it's just, I guess, going to be up to people that are under the age of 40 and do it because it's important to do. And even if they're not paid to do it, or if they get paid a nominal fee, post some stuff up here on YouTube and join the party. Because so far as I'm concerned, this is probably one of the last free remaining independent media platform sites that isn't entirely corrupted. So yeah, like, I'm a huge fan of YouTube, and hopefully nothing ever changes within those parameters, right? Because that would seriously suck. So Google, YouTube, don't do it. There's so much more money to be made in just telling the truth and exposing fascists for who they are than, helping the fascists push forward their agenda so that you can be culpable in those things that we call crimes, right? So let the truth be known. I'm getting out of character here for a second. Hey, listen, I really appreciate you guys, okay? Sometimes I get a little passionate about things that I see. I watch some news every morning, and sometimes, it's obviously very frustrating. I mean, we all know that the real news is very real clickbait, rage bait, right? Because, it's, the truth sucks. And it's hard because you always, end up feeling a type of way, and if you don't, there might be something wrong with you. Anyways, yeah, I'm nobody. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying that, like, that's why most people don't watch the news, you feel me? And we don't talk about it a lot and all that other stuff, but it's sort of like, this Bill Owens dude was real instrumental to making sure that all the things reported on 60 Minutes were diligently researched and, vetted before any sort of story and things like that. And, those things are important, like, those things are very important. The truth is all that's important. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. Trust me. Nothing. The truth is what matters, because the truth gives us an opportunity to really be successful. And quite often I really am convinced that most of the world's leaders are not interested in providing that kind of opportunity to the citizens of the world. Moreover, I kind of feel like they actively, are agents of chaos in how they continue to gaslight all of us, take everything away, and make it so that it's our problem. The very problems they create end up being our problems, and that bothers me. And it should bother you too. That's like, one of your dumb homies, like, bringing you in on some drama when you ain't want none. You feel me? Like, it's like, come on, man. Like, what's wrong with you? And that's how I feel about it. That's how I've always felt about it. And I will continue to speak out against fascists and, people that are going to try to call any American treasonous for wanting to talk about the truth. I think that's whatever. Welcome to America, you feel me? Again, where you're gonna meet a lot of people under the age of 40 who are absolutely done with it. Done. Trust me, none of us will ever watch CBS again, and more power to all of us, because we only watched it on Sunday nights when 60 Minutes came on anyway, with our grandparents while we were eating a dinner, and talking about how, again, that neighbor that we thought we knew for the last 80 years might not be the person we thought they were. Again, so I don't know, like, that's real talk. And I would say, like, the F word and stuff, but it's not really my thing, you feel me? But just know that in my mind, I might be saying a few cherished things about just Paramount and its attempted very blatant violation of antitrust laws. Again, but we all did just remember that January 6th happened, and that same dude is our president, and that same dude is continuing to deport children. He's continuing to pick on the most vulnerable of us, and that's pretty emblematic of a person that is pretty cowardly, right? Pretty cowardly, because people that do those things are cowards. People that have power and use it to pick and bully on people that have nothing, yeah, I'm gonna call it what it is, and that's called being a bully. It's called being a fascist, and there ain't no room for it here in America. Boomers and Xers, please stop. Please stop, because you're just causing problems at this point. You're just causing problems, and like, weren't y'all the ones that told us not to just go around and cause problems? You feel me? Is this why you were telling us, though, not to go around and cause problems? Because you were afraid that at some point the truth might be discussed, and we might actually have to get around back to the fact that y'all are such awful people, and like, what were you thinking? And maybe you should be held accountable for your actions. Things like that, right? Things that you want us to do, but you have no interest in doing yourselves. It sounds pretty cowardly to me. So yeah. Right. That was me out of character again. My glasses are right here. I can't wear them because there's this big glare. My insurance couldn't afford the anti-glare, so here I am. I have some contacts, but I'm trying to save them and stuff because everything's stupid expensive, right? And I just, when am I going to need my contacts? I should probably save them for when I'm going to be doing something. Maybe get a job, anything at all that might actually benefit me, instead of just spending money I don't have on things that I should be able to have access to, right? Like, with universal health care and stuff. The government has a vested interest in making sure that I can see. Or I guess it doesn't, because I'm just a poor, stupid, middle-class millennial man with nothing to give to the world, so why would they invest anything in me? Or moreover, for any of my friends, colleagues, peers, or people younger than me that need things, but are felt like if we don't get them ourselves, we're less of a people. All while our neighbors are, sporting that 9-figure income and still living paycheck to paycheck. You feel me? I guess some of us have more problems than others. I don't know. But I hope that you guys have a really good day, all right? Thank you for watching my show. I really appreciate it. I know it's a little bit different. Don't try and hate on me too much, you feel me? Just know that I've already hopefully done most of the hating for you. I know that I look foolish, and that's all right. What else do you think I do with my life? This is what I do. Don't you get it? I hope that you guys have a really good day. Thanks for watching my show. My name's Albert. This is Vlogs About Nothing. I'll see y'all later on tonight. Okay? Bye.